Hello, everyone, and welcome into another episode of Sports Betting by Dummies. I am your host, Patty Parlays, and joining me as always, Tyler. Tyler, welcome in, buddy.
Welcome back. Nice to see a little. Looks like you're the what you used to call Dizz, the tan goblin.
The Tan Man, yeah. So for those that don't know, we tweeted it out yesterday at SportsBet by Dumb, but I decided to get an off day dumbest dummy bet in, and one of the stipulations that Tyler provided was, hey, that's fine if you do that, but if that bet loses, then you have to do the next podcast episode shirtless. So now we're here.
I was fully joking, but I'm glad this happened. Pat
I,
accepted, so
I'm a
he is
man
a
of my
man of his
word,
word.
okay? I
He
am a
is a man
man
of
of my
his
word.
word.
And I have a fantastic tan line that the lighting's not great, but you can kind of see it. Uh, I basically golfed on Sunday, and it was kind of like overcast and it was like super nice out. So I didn't even sunscreen didn't even cross my mind at any point, and so I got very severely sunburnt. And now everyone gets to see it. And if you want to see this, YouTube.com, go to that Sports Betting by Dummies search page. Look for the black and yellow logo. Should be the first one on there. Subscribe, give us a like, or just rip me a new one. You know, I can admit that I don't look great, but hey, it's content, right?
Sir,
And real quick before we get into the actual episode itself, we just want to give thoughts and prayers out to the families of the victims of the shooting that happened in Texas at the elementary school yesterday, I believe it was. And we're not going to talk politics. We're not a politics show. We're a sports betting show. We're here to have fun, all that other stuff. But there's no debating about this. Change needs to happen. We don't know what the solution is, but we need to change things in the world. And so, again, thoughts and prayers out to their families. And let's get into some sports betting. NHL playoffs, Tyler. Now, I know you're not an NHL playoffs guy, but since Dizz isn't here, which, by the way, if you guys can get a sit rep on Dizz, if you guys know Dizz, find out where he's at. Let us know he's okay. We're getting worried about the little guy. But the one game tonight is the Blues versus the Avalanche. Avalanche lead 3-1, and they can close out the series tonight. I don't think I see that going any other which way there. And then we have the Rangers versus the Hurricanes. Rangers tied up the series at 2 last night. The Hurricanes have lost 5 straight road playoff games, Tyler. That is, every road playoff game that they have had in these playoffs, they have lost. So, as I mentioned last episode, I don't think you were here, but I got this series to go 7 games at plus 162.
there you go.
So all I need is these home teams to keep winning the next 2 games. We got a game 7, and I'm in the money.
Yeah. Well,
Now,
plus value too.
oh yeah, plus 162. When I told Diz that, we were kind of like, that's almost too good to pass up at that point. Now, here's a question for you, though, Tyler. So let's say, well, it's going at least 6, right? So if the home team wins game 5, then do I bet the road team in game 6, because they'll probably be the underdog money line, at plus value to kind of hedge and guarantee a profit? Because if that road team wins, then obviously it doesn't go 7. But if that road team that I just bet on loses and it does go 7, then I get that plus 162 value.
I guess it all depends on what the value is going to be.
Yeah, that's obviously a huge stipulation, and it also kind of depends on how game 5 goes. But it's something I'm looking at. I'm keeping my eye out. I'm always looking for that arbitrage opportunity, that opportunity to make guaranteed profit.
Yes, sir.
And then we have the Oilers versus the Calgary Flames. I actually misspoke last episode. So last episode I said the Flames were up 2-1. That was actually wrong. The Oilers were actually up 2-1, and then the Oilers won Game 4. So the Oilers now have a 3-1 lead, and they can close it out tomorrow. Now, McJesus, Tyler, he's living up to his name. He has just been electric these playoffs.
I mean, I don't know much about hockey, but I do know he's normally fantastic, but his team normally lets him down in the playoffs. Am I right there?
You are spot on. A lot of people were saying like if this postseason didn't go well for the Oilers, then McJesus might be looking to go elsewhere. Mix it up, go somewhere else. But hey, you gotta love that the Oilers are doing something. He's producing like he always is. There's some talks of him even winning the most valuable player for the playoffs, even if they don't make it to the Stanley Cup. So
Little Larry Bird award.
yeah, that would be insane because in hockey it's not as typical to see that in hockey as in other sports. Alrighty, so let's move over to the NBA playoffs now. The Tyler's so-called bread and butter. Celtics versus Heat, Tyler, the series that we all care about. The series is tied 2-2 going into Miami tonight. Each team has won one game at home, one game on the road. So it's been a pretty even series so far. Is Time Lord and Marcus Smart playing?
Time Lord, yes. Not sure on Smart.
Okay. I Smart didn't play last game, correct?
Correct. And Time Lord only played 19 minutes, but they did not need him.
Mm-hmm.
But in that 19 minutes, he put up 12 and 9.
Love that.
Which leads me into a little player double tip for you, Pat. If you think the Celtics are going to win today,
Mm-hmm.
for plus 1,000, you can get Robert Williams double and Celtics win. And I mean, he was one board away in 19 minutes last game. So I mean, I was just perusing and I saw that, saw the stats and thought, he doesn't get a lot of double doubles, but at that value, it may be something to look at. If you think Celtics are going to win, I can't bet on the Celtics myself. I'm sticking strictly to emotional hedges here. So
Yeah.
just something to throw out there for you.
I do like that. I'm curious with this game, Tyler. I kind of wanted us to throw together a same game parlay, and so I think that could be a tremendous start to it.
Can you parlay those?
Well, so here's what I was gonna do. Let me get into the game here real quick. All right. So if we go to player points and we say, okay, Robert Williams to score 10 points is plus 164. Player rebounds, Robert Williams to get 10 plus 285. So already we're at two legs there and we're at plus 628. If we go back to popular and we go, let's say Celtics money line, we're looking at plus 999. So essentially that plus 1,000 you were looking at, we're already there for that.
It's actually at plus 1,100 now if you go through the player performance doubles section.
Interesting. But I will say you can't parlay the
doubles,
the player performance doubles. So we'll stick with what we have now. But Tyler, if we were to add maybe one more leg into this, is there anything that is catching your eye or that you think might be worth a while?
Let's see.
What about? Well, I don't think there's any Marcus Smart props. Wait, yeah, there are Marcus Smart props.
So he must be. It must be looking like he's playing then, huh?
Yeah, I would think so. Ooh, okay, I have one maybe here for you, Tyler.
Let's hear it.
They have Al Horford's over/under on points at 10.5.
Okay.
That seems a little low for playoff Al, does it not? I know he had. What did he have? Did he have 20 plus last game?
Horford?
One of the games recently, he had over 20 points. I just don't remember which one it was.
Horford had 5 last game.
Okay, perfect. You can get Al Horford over 10.5 points at plus 104. Do you have his playoff point per game average?
You just give me a second. We'll have that for you. He has Horford is averaging 12.7.
What do you think? I think that over 10.5 on Horford points seems like a pretty good deal, especially coming after like a 5 point performance. He might look to, and I don't know if Tatum will have as good of a game as he did last time, but I'm just curious what you think. I'm throwing it out there because it caught my eye. Um,
Uh, I would lean towards Horford. Tatum really hasn't been the most consistent on back-to-back games lately, so
right.
I'll probably lean that way.
Okay. So if we take Robert Williams 10 points, Robert Williams 10 rebounds, Al Horford over 10.5 points, and a Boston Celtics money line, same game parlay, we are looking at plus 2,235.
Ooh.
Now, if you are on FanDuel, you can go and do a risk-free $20 same game parlay. You make sure you opt in. If you run all of these together like we just did, you can place your $20 and you'll get a $20 risk-free bet if it doesn't hit. But this same game parlay is $20 to win $447.03.
Ooh, that's pretty nice.
So let's do that. I'm glad we did that live on air. That's what I was looking for, the little same game parlay. Last time we did a live same game parlay, Tyler, you had your Marcus Smart picks and they all hit, and it was fantastic.
I was a little more confident on that one than I am this time on the Robert Williams. I just saw the value and thought, that's pretty good value.
Hey, I'm a big Time Lord fan. I really am. So I'm all the way with it.
All right.
And then the other series is the Mavericks versus the Warriors. Mavericks did end up getting a win last night, so the Warriors lead the series 3-1. Tyler, you were looking at the value for the Mavericks to win this series. It was what, plus 1,800?
Yes, sir.
I don't even think plus 1,800 is enough for me to even consider taking it.
I need 4K on that.
Yeah, I'll tell you though, what I would really like is for the Mavericks actually to win one more game, because then I can put a little bit more money on the Warriors to win the championship, and I can guarantee a profit. Right now, I'm sitting with the Heat at like plus 2,000. I have the Mavericks at plus 2,100, and then I have the Celtics at plus like 4,300.
We just need the Celtics to win, make that money for you.
And then I have the Warriors at like plus 460. So the Warriors are the only one where I'm not really making a ton of money if they end up winning the championship. So I'm really hoping that either the Warriors lose or the Mavericks at least make this a series, so the Warriors odds drop a little bit to win the championship, and we can make some magic happen.
Sir.
All righty, let's talk about our dumbest dummy picks, Tyler. I went 5-2 if you include the one that is the reason I am shirtless today.
Bull pick.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. I was feeling really confident about that, and he didn't even get close. So,
Why don't you tell the people what mistake you made?
what do you mean?
Tell the people what your bet is for those who don't check the social media accounts.
So my bet yesterday was Tommy Pham to hit to get 2 total plus bases. So if he just got one hit that was a double, I would have cashed it. If he gets a home run, that cashes. If he gets 2 singles, that cashes. He going up against the starting pitcher for the Cubs yesterday, Tommy Pham was career 5 for 6 against that pitcher. He did not get a hit last night.
Yikes.
But it was at plus value too, so I was like, man, I'm down big to Dizz, getting a little plus value on a non-podcast day. Maybe I can make up some ground here, and it just didn't happen. So in the competition, I am down 2.69 units for the month, and Dizz is up 11.51. But he did not tell me how he did on Monday, so that could fluctuate just a little bit. But Dizz is still looking pretty good, with a mere 2 episodes left, if you include this one. Also, Tyler, how do you feel about possibly jumping in the Dumbest Dummy Competition in June?
Let's do it. Sign me up. I'll give it a go. If I end up having to do a shirtless podcast, it happens.
Hey, it can't be worse than my shirtless podcast, so I'm
a little pacey. I haven't got much sun yet, so.
But you could argue that I got too much sun. So
You can't really tell on your
I was
cameras.
gonna say I think the lighting is right so that it doesn't look so bad. But if I had like a full actual light on my face and like the front of my body, you'd be able to tell. It's like right here. There's like a nice little
I mean,
V from where.
when you leaned up, I could see that little guy right in there was red. But
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
it's
like
because
as you
I.
can tell by the interior of my arms, I'm pretty pasty right now.
Yeah, well, and I had the classic, golf polo on with like a button or two undone, and so
Oh yeah,
just
the
right there
taco
where there
meat
was the
out.
skin showing, that's got sunburnt, and nothing else on my chest did. So it is what it
Yeah,
is. But we'll let Diz know that he now is back to having to compete with two people, not just one.
I'm guessing you had a hat on too.
Yes, yes, I
I
did.
was gonna say because I can see a little redness in the cheeks, but
Yeah, yep. Sunscreen is advisable. I will say that.
that little SPF 50 will get you right.
Yeah, yeah. Especially this weekend, it's supposed to be balls hot pretty much everywhere. Make sure you wear sunscreen, people, because you don't
Yes,
want to
sir,
look like
race
patty
fans.
parlays.
Just gonna get tuned up at the racetrack. Make sure you slap on a little SPF 50 first.
Yeah, for sure. And for those that are wondering, we kind of teased it last episode, but next episode we will be talking about the Indy 500 and we will have bets on the Indy 500. So,
We doing a live from Carb Day podcast.
no, absolutely not. That is not happening. Maybe Tyler will be our on-site reporter for Carb Day.
I'm off with nothing to do on Friday. So
I could just imagine just you being, in the
be loud,
infield
loud.
around a competition or not competition, a concert. What's the Carb Day concert this year? No idea. Yeah,
Couldn't tell you.
I don't either. I know. I think at the day of the race, it's like Dead Mouse and Steve Aoki.
Oh,
I think.
in the snake pit.
Yeah,
Um, I'm too old for that nonsense, Pat.
yeah, yeah. But anyways, I do have three dumbest dummy bets today, Tyler. Looking back, I probably should have bet more if I want to have a chance at beating Diz. But what probably means will happen is on Friday, I'll come in with probably an Indy 500 winner, a couple dingers, a couple long shot chances that if they by some miracle they hit, I'm able to surprise Diz and take it from him. Maybe even like a 31 plus point victory or something. Maybe pull out some tricks and some all the stops to try to have the greatest comeback in all time.
Sir.
But today I'm starting off with the Avalanche -1.5 versus the Blues, or for those that are wondering, that is the puck line. I I've had faith in the Blues pretty much leading up to the series. Once the Blues goalie got hurt, all of that faith in the Blues went away. The Avs look like they're unstoppable. I don't think it's out of the question to get like a empty netter, or the Avs just do what the Avs do and they score five early and just hold on. And so I like the Avs -1.5 tonight versus the Blues. And then I'm taking two baseball overs, Tyler. I'm taking the Phillies Braves over 9 and Rangers Angels over 8.5. Again, those are full game overs. I know usually I'm betting first fives in baseball, but when it comes to the over, it makes sense to do extra innings and do the full game, because in extra innings, you have a high probability of getting at least two extra runs per inning. So that is what I have for my dumbest dummy picks for today. So Tyler, that leads us to group best bets. Last episode, Diz disconnected like as soon as we got to the group best bets section, so it was basically me making bets for the group best bets last episode, and I went 2-1. So it was pretty good. So as a group, we are up 4.39 units this month. So
Hey,
we're doing pretty good. We got to finish strong.
boys. We're not betting next week, so we go positive. Or next, because we got what, one more day?
Yeah, I believe Friday would be the last day. So we're almost there. We see the finish line. All right, Tyler. What are we liking for tonight?
see what slate we got. What's the line on the Celtics actually?
It is at 3 right now.
What's the over on that one, Patty?
204. Now, I will say the one group best bet that I lost was the over last game. I might have one here for us, Tyler. Let me see if I can.
Let's hear it.
I gotta try to find it, but I saw this on some ESPN show. I just gotta find it. Team props, maybe. Yes. So the Celtics team total is 103.5. I believe there's only been one game this series that they have not gone over that, and that was last game when they scored 102 and they didn't have anyone playing in the fourth quarter because they were up so big.
Yeah. Actually just went back and looked at every game in the series so far, and the only game that hasn't hit that over was last game where the Heat only scored 82 points.
So do you want to go Celtics team total over 103.5, or do you want to go total game total over 202 or 204?
I think I would prefer the total game.
Okay.
204?
Yeah, 204.
Yeah, I think because, I mean, it's been blown out of the water every game but this one, or this last one. Because, last game they was 102-82, obviously didn't hit. Game before that, 109, 103, easy. The game before that, 127, 102, easy there. The game before that, 107, 118, through game one. So it is trending down, but
I'm with it. Yeah, I think we'll be all right. Also,
I'll look for average over trend on here.
And Harrow was out last game for the Heat. I think that also affected their performance too. And what the Heat scored, 1 point like the first 8 minutes of the game or something.
Yeah, you can't expect that to happen.
And their starters in total only scored 18 points all game.
Yeah, no starter was double figures for them.
You wouldn't expect that. You would expect them to revert back to the mean. So I do like that pick there. Let's see. How do you feel about either the Avalanche -1.5 or one of the overs in my baseball best competition bets? Or is there anything else that you're feeling?
I'm going to let you choose this one because these are very far out of my field of expertise, sir.
Okay, so we're gonna go over 9 in the Rangers Angels game, and then we're gonna go ahead and go with the Avalanche. We're gonna do Avalanche -1.5. So to recap, for those that are following along, we have the over 204, the Celtics Heat game. We have the over 9 in the Rangers Angels game, and then we have the Colorado Avalanche puck line -1.5 versus the St. Louis Blues.
Nailed it.
Okay, now the Hail Mary parlay of the day is already dead. RIP. I did tweet this out ahead of time, though. So if you were following us on Twitter at SportsBetByDumb, you would have seen that parlay and you would have followed along with us. Tomorrow, there's some early games. I might go ahead and tweet it out. I know it's an off day, but I'm going to try to get in the habit of tweeting out picks and stuff on off days, because even on days that we don't have the podcast, we're still gambling, we're still making picks, we're still trying to make money, we're still trying to bankrupt the sports books. All right, Tyler. So I actually have something for us to talk about before we get out of here. If you have anything or know anything. Okay. Did you see and I think this is pretty relatively fresh off the press, so you may not have seen it, but this afternoon, a former World Series of Poker winner is getting arrested for, I believe, what is considered to be like a $25 million scheme in regards to sports gambling. So let me see if I can find the news article. I know it was on ESPN.com. Um, but anyways, basically what had happened was, oh wait, here we go. Poker Pro indicted in $25 million sports betting scheme. So basically what had happened, there was a former World Series of Poker champion. He actually started doing this before he won the World Series of Poker. So this scheme went from it was for 16 years long. I believe it was from 2002 to 2018, I believe. And he won the World Series of Poker in 2012. So like right in the middle of it. So before that he was doing it, after it he was doing it. But the gist of it was he was selling information on like radio ads, right? So like, sometimes on SiriusXM they'll be like, "Hey, we have this program, this awesome thing for you where we can beat the books. We have this guaranteed program. We have insider information. We can guarantee that we are going to beat the books. So if you pay us a small $20 a month fee, then we'll guarantee to make that money back. No problem, because we have the inside information. We think these games are rigged like everything else is. We can get you guys your money back, and we can make things work." This was going on for 16 years. People were paying this guy because they thought he had inside information on these bets.
Mm-hmm.
Little word to the wise for people. No one has inside information. It's...
That one NBA ref did.
Well, that's because he was betting on the games himself, and he was actually controlling that. So, yes, I would agree in that situation. Very few instances is something rigged, or does someone have the inside information, and especially if it's spanning across multiple sports. Kind of like you said, like if someone's like, "Hey, I got the inside scoop on basketball," and that's all they did it for, okay, fine, that's great. But if they're like, "I got basketball, I got baseball, I got football," chances are they're lying to your face and they're just stealing money from you.
William Plant.
But I just found it wild that this guy made like $25 million by convincing people that, "Hey, I've got the inside scoop. I've got the insider information. You can trust me with your bets, your money, and I will get you the right information."
I mean, do we know his hit percentage?
I do not. So that's the thing, is I don't know what it was. I would assume it has to be pretty high if people kept coming back, right?
Right. I mean, if he's giving out winners, or is he just doing the thing where he's hoping to hit enough ears that one person does it?
Well, and I don't know if you could
pop for 1 million people or something.
Could he like he wouldn't get like a Google review or something, right? Because it's not like, I mean, I guess it's possible, but for every person that feels like they got screwed by this person, there's 5 others that says this guy's legit and it worked out for him and this, that, or the other. But essentially, he's just like every other person charging for a VIP service for these picks or something. But
so what's he getting like sued for if he's same thing as those VIP picks or whatever he's doing?
So according to the federal indictment unsealed Wednesday, Zeidman, which is the guy who was who's gotten in trouble for it, and his unnamed co-conspirators received more than $25 million in interstate wire transfers and private commercial carriers over 16 years from victims who were led to believe that the organization had privileged information that made betting on sporting events a no-risk proposition. As part of the scheme, Zeidman and his co-conspirators placed misleading radio ads in various U.S. markets, claiming to have a sophisticated white-collar approach to gathering sports information. When listeners contacted the service, which used names like Gordon Howard Global and Ray Palmer Group, they were told the organization had privileged information about fixed games that it received from physicians at colleges and television executives, according to the indictment. Callers were asked to pay a fee for access to the information. As alleged, Zeidman preyed on individuals who were led to believe he had inside information that would lead them to easy money. In reality, he was selling nothing but lies and misinformation, bilking millions from victims along the way, leaving their lives in financial ruin and their bank accounts empty. So they're saying basically he defrauded them and led them astray with their claims, essentially.
I mean, so he messed up by not saying, "Hey, I got good picks." He messed up by saying, "Hey, these are TV executives are saying this game's fixed."
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah, that's a no-no.
yeah, you got to be careful out there. But hey, you guys don't have to pay for this information from us. We don't claim we have great information, but we'll always be free. We'll always have a good time. And hey, maybe you'll even get a bonus of seeing me shirtless.
Hey, in fact, we claim the opposite. We claim to be dummies.
Yeah.
We say, "Hey, we're stupid. Come listen to us talk picks and take off our shirts and stuff." Oh, we have an addition.
From the clouds at the end of the episode. Dizz, welcome in, buddy. Are you okay?
Boys, I am great. I apologize for my tardiness. I essentially had the day off today.
Are you kidding me? Then why weren't you here on time?
Took a nap at 2 and just woke up. So, boys, that is on me. I did not think I would sleep. I did not think I would sleep that long. That's on me.
Okay.
Down bad.
Yeah. So Diz, you missed out on. We were just talking about the gambling scheme of a guy who defrauded people out of $25 million by claiming that he had insider information like locks, picks that from physicians and TV executives saying the games were rigged.
But wait, couldn't he have gotten in trouble for saying that, or like for for getting that information?
He's getting indicted. He is in
no,
the
no,
shit.
I'm saying, so he said he got insider info,
and he was selling people the information or like the picks for that.
So he got in trouble for lying, or he got in trouble for getting inside information? Those both sound sketchy as hell.
For lying. He defrauded the customers who thought they were buying the insider information.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then we said, well, now you can come to our show. That'll always be free, and sometimes you'll get the extra bonus of me being shirtless.
Oh, absolutely. Are you shirtless right now?
Sure is.
Yeah, I am.
What?
Welcome to the show, Diz. I mean,
holy, I'm awake all of a sudden. Holy boys.
You can't get this kind of content anywhere else.
Holy. Unreal.
Diz, do you know how your Dumbest Dummy did on Monday?
Yeah, it was 0-2. It was no bueno. Actually, I didn't even see the Blues Avalanche game. Did the Blues win?
No.
Yeah, it was 0-2.
Okay.
My Reds same game parlay was hysterically off because you fucking called it. Vado's awful against lefties. The Reds are awful against lefties. The only one that hit was the no-run second inning. And then looks like the Avalanche tapped the Blues. So yeah, 0-2.
Okay, so to give you a recap, Diz, I am down 2.69 units and you are up 9.51 units.
Okay, I'm going to get that to double-digit, Diz.
And I told Tyler on Friday I'm going to have to shoot for the stars with some crazy bets because I am down very, very heavily. And I did not come out swinging today, per se.
Patty, is Friday going to be your last podcast in the month of May? Or are we going to maybe do a live Memorial Day one in studio?
We have not discussed what's happening Monday yet, but Friday may be the last episode.
Okay. I was just thinking, I think it would be kind of electric if we did one down in Lagodi, like a live one if we had an audience or something. I think that'd be pretty sick.
It would be cool. Might be technically difficult, but it's something we
Yeah,
could consider.
Don't they like have no internet down there? Is
Correct.
that the constant issue with our
Well,
team
I guess
reporter in the Cody?
we could record it, right? And then you could post it.
Yeah,
Or
so
is that not how it works?
we could. It wouldn't be so called live then, but
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, we can mess around. We'll throw those ideas around off the air, and we'll bring it up on Friday and let the people know what's happening.
Hell yeah.
But Diz, do you have dumbest dummy bets for tonight?
Yeah. I have 2.
Okay.
And French Open action, baby. I didn't even realize the French Open had started.
Yeah.
And
Tyler was asking about that, and I was like, "Well,
I-
Diz is normally our tennis guy, and haven't heard anything." So
yeah, I made two money line parlays yesterday, and they both hit.
ooh.
So I got another one for tomorrow morning. It is Lorenzo Sonego money line against Joe Sousa,
How do you spell
and
Sonogo?
then Sonego.
You sound real confident.
Pat, you taught me by failure that if you don't know the guy's name,
You
you
just
gotta
go
sound
for it.
confident.
That's right.
Yeah.
100%. I'm with it.
Carl
right.
wins.
Carl
And
wins,
then
baby.
that is parlayed with Marin Cilic
Oh God.
over Martin Fucsovic. Those are actually right. I know that for a fact.
Good on ya.
Those two parlayed together minus 101, so not juicy value, but I'm a big fan of in the opening rounds of Grand Slam tennis to take favorites, a couple favorites that get you to close to even payout. So riding that wave, and then I have this guy. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Burnaby Zabata Morales.
Whoa.
I have. Was that? I feel like that was a good guess. If you
I
really
think.
see this
Hey,
guy's name.
sounded fantastic.
Hey, I don't know who any of these people are, so
I have him to upset John Isner money line at plus 165. That one is
Ooh.
that one's probably going to be Friday morning at like super early in the morning, but I wanted to post it, or I wanted to say it before our next podcast, because Isner always loses early in these Grand Slams, and he loses to people. He always gets ridiculous value because he's like the most popular American tennis player. His serve is disgusting, but he can never break. And a lot of times in these tournaments with fifth set tiebreakers, you see a lot of people upsetting him early rounds in the Grand Slams. It's been like the past 4 or 5. He hasn't made it to like the round of 32. So I'm taking Burnaby Sabata Morales to beat John Isner. Those are my 2.
I love it. I might mess around and throw a $15 free bet on your little money line parlay there, Diz.
Absolutely. The money line parlays do not lose. Not very juicy, but if it's a free bet, I mean, that's easy cash.
If it loses, you owe me $15.
Okay. I probably owe you $15 anyways.
this will do a shirtless podcast with his camera off.
Yeah, my shirt's off right now. I woke up from a nap.
Oh man, I'm the only one.
Wait, why is the shirt off? Did I miss that entirely?
Yes.
Remember yesterday? Probably about 3-4 o'clock. Pat said, "Hey, I want to add this bet in. Can I do that?" And me being me, I always kind of troll in the little group chat. I was like, "Yeah, you can, but if it loses, tarps off."
What was it? Tommy Pham 2+ bases?
Yeah, he got 0. So.
Did you bet the Reds against the lefty, Pat?
No. I bet against the Reds against the lefty.
But you bet Pham to get 2 base hits. I guess Pham is right-handed, right?
Well, they didn't face a lefty last night. They faced a righty last night. They faced a lefty on Monday. So it was an off podcast day dumbest dummy bet that I wanted to add in there. Because Pham was 5 for 6 career against Marcus Stroman, who was starting for the Cubs, and he got 0 hits off of him.
you.
So now I'm here without my shirt on, and if you want to check that out, go to Sports Betting by Dummies, or go to YouTube.com and search for Sports Betting by Dummies, and it should be the first one up there. Look for the black and yellow logo. You cannot miss it.
Bro, this is gonna be what gets our YouTube following to explode.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I wish that was accurate, but hey, crazier things have happened, right?
Absolutely.
All right, Dizz, anything you need to get off your chest before we call it a day?
I don't believe so.
Well, wait, so you had today off, but you're working the next 2 days?
It wasn't real. I wasn't off. Like my team at work, we had like a outing at the Foaling warehouse up in Indy, and we were done by like 2 p.m. So
Hold on a second. Time out. Time out. This is important. So the Foaling, did you guys have more than 40 people?
no, heck no.
Then how did you get in? We were trying to do Foaling for the group, for our group at work, and they didn't. They said they didn't open until after 5 o'clock unless you had a group of more than 40.
I think my manager like called them and just said like, "Hey, we just need like an hour or two. We're gonna order in food. We want to just I don't know. I didn't know you couldn't do it unless it was a big group.
Huh.
But also there was a league going on. Like it was getting pretty intense.
Hmm.
So I wonder if they just had to be open for the league and then they were just like, well, we'll let these people come in. I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We've done small groups there we did like probably like 12-person birthday party there before that. So
Well, was it during the day or was it normal operating hours? Because that's the biggest thing is we're trying to do it during the workday, and
it's probably like 2-ish.
son of a gun. Okay, well, now I know because we were going to do that, but we were thinking we couldn't do that because they claimed they weren't open till 5 p.m. So, well, now I know to call next time.
I would say I think it's a lot of fun when you go with like a group of your friends and family, but like coworker wise,
Not so much.
it's just kind of tough to do. Like we got like some people on our team who aren't very athletic and can't throw a football 20 yards, so that kind of eliminates them from like doing it. But yeah, I mean, it's more fun to go with your friends and family, so I would say maybe even look at another option, to be honest. It was fun, but
Well, I mean, we're going to Top Golf tomorrow instead, so.
yeah,
Maybe
that's
we'll-
way better, bro. I'm coming with. I'm
Maybe
coming
we'll
with.
sports betting by dummies Foaling challenge sometime.
Ooh.
Get the con man back here.
That'd be a
Do we have
legend.
a sit rep on call?
Yeah, I sent him the same little meme that I created and I put out on the Sports Betting by Dummies Instagram at Sports Bet by Dumb of
Have you seen it?
Frank Reich, going after Big Dick Nick instead of Carl Wentz, and Connor's response was "damn straight." So, I do still get a few text messages here and there from the guy of guys. So. Hopefully he listens, and we miss you, Connor. Hope everything's going well. Alrighty, well, thank you all for listening. We really appreciate it. Make sure you check us out on Twitter and Instagram at SportsBetByDumb. Also, make sure you go to our YouTube. Go into type in Sports Betting by Dummies in the YouTube search bar. Look for the black and yellow logo. You cannot miss it. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. But thank you all again for listening. Hope you have a nice, profitable middle part to your week, and we will see you all on Friday.